The first birth control clinic was October 16, 1960, by a woman named Margaret Sanger. Sanger became an advocate for birth control due to how many deaths came from illegal abortions and the high fertility rate. The clinic was ran secretly. It served more than 100 women on its first day and reached approximately 400 in the 10 days it was operational, according to Sanger Paper WordPress. Sanger and her staff were arrested after the undercover and police officers raided the clinic. She was then charged for public nuisance since she reopened the clinic on November 14th. She then reopened the clinic 2 days later. Her bravery to break laws was one reason it was a pivotal part of the birth control movement goal to let women get access to affordable contraceptives.
By the 1960s, many women urged to become more in control of their medical care, so they began to push themselves into medical schools, and they broke many traditional expectations by doing so. So by the 1970s, women's health care was becoming the topic of discussion after multiple women's rights protests had taken place. Women from the movement argued that they should have full control over their bodies.
During this time, there were a lot of civil rights activists and movements going around this time period, and a lot of female activists and a lot of feminists were being introduced to this time period, and feminists believed that every children or child should feel wanted and born into this world with a mother that would want them, and it's a female decision and no others. Because abortion was a very controversial topic during this time, and traditionally it was seen morally wrong to kill a baby, but wasn't always black and white because there were gray areas to this part too. There were a lot of debates on this topic of abortion, but it wasn't really until the court cases started landing. One of the most famous court cases was Roe versus Wade, which actually legalized abortion in 1973 by finding that preventing a woman's right to end her pregnancy violated her due to process, which was pivotal piece of because they found that preventing women from abortion was a violation to her right to make decisions regarding her own body and having her own reproductive rights.
In the 1980s, the Webster versus Reproductive Health Services took place, which reviewed several Missouri statutes who wanted to restrict the access to abortion services and counseling. The Missouri statutes believe unborn children have protectable interest in life, health, and well-being. In addition, they believed physicians were required to perform medical tests in order to believe the fetus has reached 20 weeks to determine the viability of the unborn child. However, the Supreme Court believes the Constitution guarantees every woman access to public facilities for the purpose of obtaining an abortion. On the other hand, President Donald Trump is against a woman's rights to have an abortion and plans to defund the public and private facilities.
Women's March was a huge protest for all women, no matter what size, age, or ethnicity they were. Women had the opportunity to show the new elected President Trump how strong and serious women are about getting equality. This march was the first step towards unifying our communities, living the truths of the amendments. The State Department announced that it was yanking money from the UN Population Fund, UNFPA, which focuses on family planning, pregnant women, and new babies. The U.S. paid $69 million into the UNFPA last year and was the fourth biggest donor.
If you want to save the world, you can start by saving the women in it. Protect women's health care and reproductive rights from federal and state bans with restrictions on abortion and birth control. The Hyde Amendment, with Medicaid funding from abortion nationwide, withholds money and funds, and the amendment mostly affects low-income women and is an example of politicians interfering with women's ability to make their own healthcare decisions. The only solution to protect women from losing their healthcare rights is by supporting and donating to the Planned Parenthood Action Fund. By supporting this fund, you'll be contributing to the rights of your sisters, mothers, and future daughters to come. Don't let Trump take away women's rights of choice. America can't become great again if 50% of the total population is being cut off from the health care they need. Donate to Planned Parenthood Action Fund. Women are watching.